So politicians should learn about longevity escape velocity. This is important and true. Longevity escape velocity, if you don't know, is the point at which humanity is increasing the average human lifespan 1 year every year. That is longevity escape velocity. It's the point at which technologically, medically, scientifically, humans are increasing the average human lifespan 1 year every year. This is desirable for several reasons at least. First off, aging is our worst humanitarian crisis. Aging kills about 100,000 people every 24 hours on Earth. That's like about 30 World Trade Center disasters worth of tragedy every 24 hours because of aging. And therefore, if we can reach longevity escape velocity, we should try to. And how can this happen? Well, we can fund research, stem cell research, genetic engineering research, biomedical gerontological research. We can fund research that may lead to longevity escape velocity. This may be science fiction right now in the sense that we currently don't have technology that enables us humans to enjoy the benefits of longevity escape velocity. And the side effect or theoretical benefit of longevity escape velocity is that a human could, in theory, live indefinitely if it's achieved. And then humans could maybe choose when to not live on Earth rather than be subject to the forces of aging and age-related death. So please inform politicians about longevity escape velocity. If you are a politician, I would encourage you to learn about longevity escape velocity. If you live in a democratic nation and vote in your elected politicians, I will encourage you to attempt to inform the politician that represents you. I would encourage you to try and inform them about longevity escape velocity. You can tweet to them, you can write them an email from the website, you can write them a letter, put it in snail mail. If they have office hours, you could try to schedule a time to discuss this with them. And politicians should know because they have political power to allocate government funding. In theory, government funding could help to accelerate the achievement of longevity escape velocity. That is a theoretical possibility. Yes, it is good that there are private donations to organizations that are conducting research that may lead to the enabling to the achievement of longevity escape velocity. We should donate money to those as private citizens. However, politicians have political power to allocate public tax money for things like scientific research funding. So if politicians understand what longevity escape velocity is, then maybe they can be motivated to fund research that could help humanity to develop technology that could help humanity to achieve longevity escape velocity. So if you have a socially appropriate opportunity to, I would encourage you to try and inform politicians about longevity escape velocity. If all politicians understand what longevity escape velocity is and understand how, as politicians, they can maybe fund research that could help humanity to achieve longevity escape velocity, then politicians will have a moral obligation to help humanity to achieve longevity escape velocity. That's how I see it. Will they actually do that? That's another story, but at least we should provide them with the knowledge of theoretical, technological, biomedical potentialities. We should provide them with that information so they can make informed decisions about how they want to use their political power. And eventually, maybe we should intentionally vote politicians into office that have as a plank in their campaign to help hasten the defeat of aging, to help humanity to achieve longevity, escape velocity. Politicians have political power, and therefore they have some power to help guide research that society is engaging in. And this may all seem like science fiction. Some of it, longevity, escape velocity, that's silly. Well, that may not be so silly. The fields like biomedical gerontology and scientific research related to stem cells, genetic engineering, gene sequencing, so on and so forth, is all progressing exponentially, quite arguably. These are exponential technologies, increasing their abilities and potentialities at increasingly fast paces. It's accelerating. The rate of change is accelerating. We live in times where exponential technologies are influencing our existence, our experience of reality. So, read the book Ending Aging by Aubrey de Grey. The full title is Ending Aging, the Rejuvenation Breakthroughs That Could Reverse Human Aging in Our Lifetime. I would encourage you to read that book. I would encourage you to read the book Lifespan by David Sinclair. I believe the full title is Lifespan, Why We Age and Why We Don't Have to. David Sinclair is a Harvard geneticist, I believe. Aubrey de Grey has a PhD from, I believe, Cambridge. So yeah, read that book, Ending Aging by Aubrey de Grey. Read the book Lifespan by David Sinclair. Maybe one or both those books, gift it to your local politician. Gift one of those books to a politician that represents you if you live in a democratic nation, if you are fortunate enough to live in a democracy, and hopefully an authentic democracy. Make Orwell fiction again. That's a little side note. Make Orwell fiction again. Make Orwell, as in George Orwell, make Orwell fiction again. Anyway, please, well, that might be a good message for politicians too. However, this is about longevity, escape velocity. So if you have an opportunity to, please encourage politicians to learn about longevity, escape velocity. Gift one of those books I mentioned to politicians if you can, if that seems realistic. Educate politicians. We're all humans just trying to do our best, but we can do a little better, I think. And politicians can do better by using their political power to help humanity to achieve longevity, escape velocity. The first step is education. The first step is helping politicians to understand that this technology could exist, to understand what the theoretical concept of longevity, escape velocity is, and going from there, one step at a time. And you individually, yeah, you can try and communicate this to politicians in a socially appropriate way on Twitter. So, people read Twitter. Politicians have, aides and volunteers and employees and staff that manage their social media. Somebody might read something you tweet to a politician, so, be respectful, be polite, be socially appropriate, but nonetheless, if they're a politician, they have a political responsibility to their constituents. So if you help to vote a politician into office or simply live in their jurisdiction of political power, then you can maybe try to communicate to them what you think should happen. And if you understand about radical life extension, extreme longevity, and the potential for longevity, escape velocity, this may be worth trying to communicate to politicians so they can understand, so they can become educated and do the right thing as far as funding research that could help humanity to achieve longevity, escape velocity. In that book, Ending Aging by Aubrey de Grey, talks about in detail how we could, in theory, defeat aging. If we don't try to defeat aging, we won't know if it's possible. If we don't try to defeat aging, we won't know if it's possible to defeat aging. So we need to try or simply have aging continue to do what it does. And politicians don't help. I'm going to end it there. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, watch my other videos, visit my websites, and have a wonderful morning, evening, afternoon, or night, whenever and wherever you may be. Longevity, escape, velocity, serenity, cheers, serenity, longevity, escape, velocity.